1, 2, 1, 2. Hey there, it's Vaughn at drummingforlife.com. Aloha. Hope you're doing well. I want to share with you today about a comment I recently received on my Instagram account on one of my videos. Let me show you the video. Now here's the comment. And here's my response. So after I responded to that person's comment, I began to think more deeply about this connection between jazz drumming and traditional grip. So I'm actually really grateful to the person for making the comment. Now, we all know that jazz drumming has a long history of using traditional grip. That being said, there are some really famous drummers like Vinnie Colaiuta, Dave Weckl, Steve Gadd. They use traditional grip a lot in their drumming, predominantly. And they don't always play jazz. So they're actually playing other styles of music, but they're still using traditional grip. And I think that's probably because of their background, their history, and their foundation in jazz drumming. Another famous drummer, Charlie Watts of the Rolling Stones. He used to use traditional grip, and he played in one of the most famous rock bands of all time. That also is because of his background in jazz drumming. So I don't think it really matters whether you use matched grip or traditional grip in playing jazz. What's more important is the conversation. jazz music is so different than any other kind of music in that from the beginning to the end of the song, we're going to be communicating with the other band members. It's an active and improvised musical conversation. So however you get your ideas out, whether it's with match grip or traditional grip, doesn't really matter. What matters is, are you a part of that conversation? Are you an active participant in what's being said between the different instruments? Are you making the music greater? Are you really contributing something to that music? That's what's important, especially in playing jazz. So I would encourage you to not focus so much on, oh, am I using match grip or am I using traditional grip, and focus more on the musicality of your drumming. Now I have another video as well where I share how I choose between using match grip and traditional grip, and I'll put the link below to that in the description as well. So what I want to also say is that traditional grip is a really great grip in that it has this asymmetry to it, where one hand looks different than the other and actually plays differently than the other. And the nice thing about that is that there are certain things you can do with traditional grip that it's harder to do with match grip. So, this kind of stuff is so much easier than going like, I mean, you can do it, but it just doesn't feel the same. It doesn't have the same effect. Other thing is, I feel like the asymmetry of it turns on a different kind of creative switch in my brain, and I tend to play differently with my left hand if I'm using traditional grip than if I'm using a match grip. So I think it's really, it's up to you when you want to use it, but for me, it really comes down to kind of a difference in creative flow. And if I play with traditional grip, I tend to play differently than I play with matched grip. The other thing I want to say is that I always play brushes with traditional grip. And the reason I do that, again, is because of the asymmetry. I find that doing a lot of the swish motions that I like to do with my left hand is a lot easier with traditional grip than if I use a match grip. It kind of requires I use more of my arm to make that motion, and I don't like that feeling so much. So I kind of stick to using this nice, kind of easygoing, smooth feeling traditional grip approach to playing brushes. And I also go into a lot of detail how to play traditional grip and how to use it with brushes in my brushes mastery course at jazzdrumschool.com. I'll put the link below to that too in the description. So I think the takeaway from this is just be musical. That's the most important thing. Don't let grip get in your way. Just use whatever grip you feel is going to help you express those musical ideas the best. So I'd like to know what you think. Do you have to play traditional grip to be a jazz drummer? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching, and as I always say, keep on drumming. Take care.